Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great Saturday morning. I'm sorry, but we couldn't be on this morning, so this is a recording. I'm going to fix my name really quick. Hold on. There. Sorry about that. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday morning. Like I said, this is a recording, so I won't be able to respond to any comments. Don't forget to go down to the website that's scrolling across the bottom right now. That's where you can get some Saturday Morning Cartoons merch. We have shirts, sweatshirts, coffee mugs, all that. And thank you to all the veterans that served our country. Happy Veterans Day to all of them. Thank you for serving our country. And I hope that if you that you have a good time on your honor flight if you're going. I have an honor flight shirt on right now. But without further ado, let's roll the intro. Let's go. Sorry about that. Let's welcome, all the way from Canada, the first podcast that I ever did, not even on Saturday Morning Cartoons. I was on his podcast, Mr. Chase McAllister.
Boom. Yes, you were my favorite guest, and hopefully I'll be your favorite guest. I'm sure that you've had a lot more significant guests than I am, but hopefully I'm your favorite, Sawyer. Thanks for having me on, pal.
You're welcome.
Awesome, man. It isn't Saturday morning, so let's just make sure that everybody knows that if they do see me pick up a can, it is not Saturday morning. Sawyer, how you doing, pal?
Good.
Good.
This is the first time being on here, and yeah, this is his first time on here. I was on his.
Go ahead. Regardless,
it's don't okay. Interrupt my podcast. What was I saying? Yeah, I have a couple questions for you. If you have any questions for me, you can ask them. And then the first question that I have, which I haven't done for a while, is to go with Saturday Morning Cartoons. What's your favorite breakfast?
Favorite breakfast? Well, if my wife answered, she'd probably give a different answer. But I can tell you this, that I am a very meat and potatoes kind of guy. You know what that is, Sawyer? Where I'm a plain Jane kind of guy. I want, I don't put a lot of ketchup, mustard. I don't put anything on my burger. I'm a cheese, maybe some ketchup. plain Jane, all original kind of guy. I eat plain chips. I don't eat any flavored chips. I am the most plain Jane you could ever meet when it comes to food. So bacon and over easy eggs with some toast to dip my eggs with. That's my Saturday breakfast. That's my breakfast. What's your favorite breakfast, Sawyer?
At home or camping?
Ooh, that's actually a good question. In camping, first we'll go with that, and then at home.
Chocolate chip pancakes cooked over the fire.
Ooh.
Scrambled eggs, bacon, and sausage.
Oof. Oof. Are you a sausage? Do you prefer sausage or bacon more?
Bacon in the pancakes, sausage on the side.
Yeah, but like if you had to pick sausage or bacon, you could only have one on the plate. What are you picking?
Bacon.
Yeah, of course. Crispy bacon? No Canadian bacon? Like the ham?
I like mine not like super.
Because I don't like Canadian bacon either.
I like mine a little more like flimsy.
Yeah. Okay.
But not like literally like where you pick it up and it'll just fold. No.
With a little bit of bend, a little bit of crisp.
Yeah, like cooked.
I get it. That's where I'm at too. I'm in that in between. Now, if it was an at home or at the campfire, yeah, bacon with some random potato that you found, you chopped it up, you put it in the same pan because you only got one pan. That's when it's the best, when you cook it all in the same pan. I still cook my potatoes like that. Oof. Ooh, Lordy. What's your favorite cereal?
I like Apple Jacks a lot.
Ooh, that's a good one. Or apple cinnamon Cheerios. No,
I don't think I've had those.
We might have different cereals here because Canadian, I'm kind of the odd one out. You might have different cereals. Have you had Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yes. Oh, that's one of the best ones.
Come on. Or French Toast Crunch with the little toasts. No?
Guarantee I've had it, but the name's not on the top of my mind.
We're gonna have to send you a box of some French Toast Crunch. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but it's a little sweeter. Anyways, the best. That's my favorite, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I actually was just at the Kellogg factory because Kellogg's was in our hometown where I grew up in London. That's actually where the main headquarters for Kellogg's is. So we're making your cereal up here in Canada. Just saying. Actually, I think it's moved to the States now, but it was in Canada. Fun fact for you, Sawyer.
Nice. Speaking of that, you live in Canada. In school, I did a research project.
Cool.
On Henry Hudson. Have you gone to the Hudson Bay?
I have gone to the Hudson Bay. It is not a bay that you want to swim in. It is very, very cold. Very, very cold.
In the pictures that I looked on Google Maps, every single one was it being iced over and people just standing on it.
There's very few spots that typically open up in the summertime, but where I live in Canada is south from there, so I don't experience that type of cold. But yeah, Hudson Bay is pretty far north. It's always pretty icy. Yeah. Cool. What else did you learn? What else did you learn about Henry Hudson?
I learned that
it wasn't that interesting, apparently, folks.
The thing is that it was like more of a speech, so I had it on note cards.
Okay.
I remember that him and his crew, in one of his journal entries, they said that they saw a mermaid swimming alongside their ship.
And
his family was wealthy as a child.
Yeah.
And also his grandfather founded a trading company.
Very cool. Very cool.
And he was
what other Canadian facts do you know?
Well, this one he was born near the city of London.
Okay. That's where I'm born. That's where I live. That's where I'm at right now, in the city of London.
And
Is it Canada or UK? Because we have a London in Canada. Did you know that?
It said city, so I'm pretty sure that it was in Canada.
Cool.
So
Well,
yeah.
Now I'm learning stuff, folks. Now I'm learning stuff.
Yeah. All right. Here's an insurance question for you.
Okay.
Well, first of all, what do you do?
What do I do? That's a broad question, pal. I help insurance agents have conversations every single day. That's how I'll sum it up. Well, we own a call center. So Sawyer, I know you're an extremely experienced insurance agent. You've been around the block. You understand that it takes a decent amount of people to call to make a sale. You've probably heard your dad. You also probably call on yourself. You probably call your leads yourself. I know Sawyer doesn't shy around from some hard work. The thing is what I do is I deal with all the grunt. I'll get the person on the phone for them. I financially qualify them, make sure that they have money, Sawyer. And then we'll also do is make sure that they're healthy enough at least to get a policy. And then once we understand that, then we'll transfer them while they're on the phone to somebody like your dad, who's a licensed insurance agent, to be able to take on that conversation. So try to explain that's what we do.
Nice. So you pick up the phone.
I pick up the phone, which not a lot of people do, Sawyer. Not a lot of people do. I have to give credit because not a lot of people would even get on a podcast like you. And I don't know. How old are you now, Sawyer?
11.
11 years old, and you're getting on podcasts in front of thousands of people each week. There's very few grown men and women that wouldn't do that. So, kudos to you for that, pal. Because it's been a long time. I've seen you from the come up. You have developed and grown into an amazing young man, and you're very articulate now. Weren't so articulate before. It's showing. So congratulations, man. I appreciate you staying committed, staying consistent, because not a lot of people would. And I know if you had a phone to pick up and leads to call, you'd be calling them.
Most likely.
Awesome.
What is your favorite thing about being in, like doing what you do?
Well, I think the favorite thing is one. There's a couple of them. I would say ultimately we help and make an impact in the world by helping families, like every insurance agent has the pleasure of doing. But not only that, we get to help the insurance agents make an income that is predictable for them, which helps their family, their home life, and their life altogether. And then thirdly, we also get to provide an amazing home and career for our own team and our own company. And so my favorite thing is the impact that we're able to put on in people's lives. When I started the business, ultimately, I think we can all be honest here. It was probably more about money than it was about building an impact and a legacy. But then as I started to make money, I realized that the money doesn't make me happy. The impact and the legacy does. So my favorite thing is the impact we're making, one on the industry, one on families' lives, helping thousands and thousands of families each month, and then also ultimately helping our lives in return too. So hopefully that answers your question.
Nice. What is something?
Before you ask me your next question, I would like you. What's your favorite thing about this podcast?
Getting to meet new people.
I think that's a key thing. What's your second favorite thing?
Probably getting to learn about people's like business style and how they do their jobs.
Yeah, let's not forget, by the time Sawyer is 15, 20, oh my goodness, he's already spoke to so many successful people. Now there's no reason you're not going to be successful, Sawyer. You are who you hang out with. And if you keep hanging out with these kind of folks, your dad and the people he's connected to, you're going to be far, far off than most of your peers, which is going to be awesome one day.
Thanks.
No worries, pal.
Here's one for you. What is something you have learned about yourself while being in this career?
That's a deep question, Sawyer. And I'm going to give you a good answer for it. Just let me think. The biggest thing that I've learned about myself, I think I've learned that I'm far more compassionate than I put myself up to. I think I've also learned what I'm actually capable of enduring. With business, I'm not going to drop my age, but I'm sub 30 and I've got a gray beard. Okay, guys? 29. Turned 29 November 24th. Okay, I got 1 year left in my 30s. I'm still gray. So clearly I've gone through some sort of stress for this to happen. Let's be honest here, Sawyer. The amount of things that I've been able to endure has helped me realize how resistant I can be to problems in my life, and how minuscule certain problems I thought were really, really, really big at 11 to 16 that I thought would be the end of the world were very, 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 very small into what I was actually going to have to endure. Adulthood sucks, Sawyer. Once you start to learn about taxes, once you start to learn, oh crap, I have to pay my bills. Oh crap, I'm not paying the grocery bill anymore. It sucks. Nobody likes it, but you learn how to adapt to it. You learn that you can take a lot of things. So the biggest thing that I've learned about myself in business and in what we do is I can take on a lot more than I thought I could.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
So like you were saying, is your job involved with insurance?
Of course.
Okay. So I can say for my questions,
yeah.
Like the one that I just said, what have you been able to learn about yourself while being in insurance?
While being in insurance.
While doing insurance, would that work?
Well, I'll say within insurance, within the industry. I don't claim that I'm some insurance genius. In no way am I an insurance genius. But I understand how to get Nancy on the phone and have her want to talk about insurance. That's my specialty. So what I've learned about myself within the insurance industry is that I'm far more passionate about insurance than I ever thought I was going to be. I have had my own losses of people, and those passions have come out in our work and are continuing to thrive. So what I've learned about myself within the insurance industry is that I genuinely have a passion for people saying goodbye to their loved ones and what happens in those times.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything specific that you've learned that has been able to help you that's been able to help you move on with your business and keep working yourself up, and whenever you found this out, you learn this and then you're like, oh, that helps me a bunch, I'm gonna keep doing that?
I find that people, and even myself, will get into a rut, whether that be the end of the month, the first of the month, the end of the week, the first of the week. We get into this situation where we live in avoidance. We live in avoidance of the tasks that we need to accomplish or the things that we don't want to do. And we focus on only the things that we do want to do. And I think once I've cracked the code of like, and it seems very simple when you talk about it, just doing what you need to do and stop living in avoidance in every situation. But it's a very hard thing to grasp, until you've had problems arise from you not doing those things. So living in avoidance it was the biggest struggle of mine, where I would avoid certain tasks that I maybe didn't want to do, focus on the things that I did want to do, and that negatively affected the progress of the company. So learning that, like, getting things done now, not tomorrow, it really, really helps. And doing things right the first time. Do it right the first time. That's an advice my dad gave to me, and I can hear him saying it in my ear right now, is do it right the first time. And I didn't understand what that truly meant until I owned a business, until I realized that, oh crap, do it right the first time. Make sure you look at all the pieces of the puzzle before you move forward. Just like chess. Look at every position around you to make sure that you're okay before you move the piece. Just taking a little bit of time to sit back and think about what's the best and the right way to do this before I do it. And then executing on it and not living in avoidance. So do it right the first time and don't live in avoidance is like my two biggest things.
Gotcha. Has anything embarrassing happened while you were on the phone with somebody?
Well, Sawyer, I'm not the kind of cat. I don't get embarrassed. I think I'm always just myself, and embarrassing things will always happen. I've said probably some things in group coaching calls, client calls, or in sales calls that I probably shouldn't have. But I think ultimately being your authentic self will outweigh any embarrassing moment. And ultimately, embarrassing moments help people resonate with you. So I don't really get embarrassed. I might say some things that I probably shouldn't have, or acted out in a way that probably shouldn't have. But ultimately, when you do things embarrassing, especially in like the corporate world or in sales world or in the business world, I think that comes with the level of how you walk away from it. Right? If you walk away with it confidently, you'll be all right. Because ultimately, people make mistakes, and when people see other people making mistakes, they come with a sense of judgment that's not hypocritical. It's open. It's, hey, this guy's a human. I can trust him. There's not a shield that I can see behind. It's the people that hold this wall up, and that they're different at home, but when they're on camera, is where the disconnect happens and people don't have trust. So for me, embarrassing thing, have I done anything embarrassing? Probably. Do I care? No, because I'm myself, and I'll always be myself. The same person that you see on camera today is the same person that's going to go up and have dinner with his wife and kids. I'm Chase McAllister. You're not going to get anything different. So, yeah, I'll do embarrassing things from time to time. I'm sure you have too. It happens. That's what makes you Sawyer. That's okay.
Yeah. What challenges has your career presented?
A lot of challenges. There's been time there. I was just on a podcast last week and was talking. There was 1,700 absolute points of failure we documented from the time we started this business 5 years ago to the time now. There was 1,700 times where if it didn't go right in the way that we needed it to go into, the business would have absolutely failed, and we would have been done. So, like, there's always going to be obstacles, and I'm sure there's plenty more ahead. Things that could absolutely fail the business, but we keep on moving forward, man. We keep on moving forward. There's so many things, and it's endless. There's endless things.
Gotcha. What's some tips that you would tell people that are just now getting started in this business?
Stop going after shiny objects. Listen, I won't sell anybody a lead if what they're doing isn't working. Like if they've done something, they've done multiple things, we're not going to sell it because we know that they just need to stick to something. So consistency, stick to one thing, don't look for the shiny object of White Buffalo lead vendor because there isn't going to be one. Leads are leads. Leads suck. It's how you handle them. Call your leads. Keep up with them. But keeping to the basics. Agents struggle with staying consistent because when you're a sales agent, you're spending the same 30 minutes with multiple people saying the exact same thing constantly. So Sawyer, if I made you read a page 150 times to some new person every day, 10 times a day, by the time you get to 150 times, you're going to be like, I'm so absolutely bored of this conversation. Would you not agree?
I would.
But that's where they get wrong is they don't train for the middle. They don't train for the parts where it gets boring and sucks. Because ultimately, when you get in business, you're going to talk about the exact same thing. You get into sales, you're going to talk about the same thing for multiple years to come. But that same basic thing that you could probably do with your eyes closed at this point because you've done it 150 times is what pays the bills. And agents, they're like, well, let me try to find some new shinier way. Let me try some new lead vendor. Let me try some new marketing type. Let me try this. Let me hire an appointment setter to do all the work for me. Those things create inconsistencies in processes, and you can't duplicate processes if they're inconsistent. So making sure that you stick with something, stay consistent to the point where it's duplicatable, and then transfer it somewhere else.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I hope people are taking notes. What are you most excited about for 2024?
Well, Sawyer, I know yourself. You make a lot of phone calls. You're a busy guy. I can tell. This guy, sales agent from the core. You understand. It sucks having to go down a list of leads, dial, in hopes to get somebody on the phone, let alone be interested in life insurance, or pay $10 for somebody's contact information and not be able to get a hold of them. Would that suck, Sawyer? That's like you buying a chocolate bar and like the chocolate's not in the packaging.
Yeah.
But the person that sold your chocolate bar is like, well, you just got to buy more. They'll be in there, right? That's not fair. So
Like
what
the
we're
Willy
most
Wonka chocolate factory ticket, the golden ticket.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to happen, and it's struggles. So as the agent, you're just hoping. This next batch of leads is going to work. This next batch of leads is going to work. Oh, this new marketing is going to work. So what we did was, Sawyer, we generate thousands of calls a day with our call center, and we generate thousands, almost $10,000 to $15,000 or 10 to 15,000 leads a day, typically. On a high, maybe 20,000. So we generate maybe 30 to 40% of those into phone calls. So what we've done is we actually released our Endless program where you get access to the same dialer, the same database as our call center, which has been proven to generate conversations. And you pay one flat fee, you press go, and you're talking to somebody. Every 30 to 120 seconds, somebody's picking up the phone. And you're not paying per lead, you're paying that one fee. So as an agent, you can get your cost per acquisition, your cost per lead down significantly because you're able to have an endless amount of conversations. And I'm sure, Sawyer, you know what bottomless mimosas is. It's basically like bottomless mimosas. I'm kidding. I know you don't know what that means. But it's bottomless mimosas, but leads, Sawyer. Ask your mom. She'll understand. Yeah, that's what I'm most excited about this Endless program. And it's really giving that predictable piece where it wasn't before and maintaining a cost where it's manageable for agents as well. That's what I'm most excited for.
All right, and and a follow-up question with that: what are some goals that you're hoping to accomplish?
Yeah, we want to help. We want to help by next year. We want to help 1,000 insurance agents make at least $15,000 a month. That's our goal. Will we hit it? Maybe not. But I'm
have the attitude that you will.
We're gonna do it, Sawyer. We're gonna do it. that's the goal. That's the motive. That's what we're looking for. We have 35 slots for the endless opening up on November 15th. Those will go probably pretty quick. We won't have anything until the new year. We try to manage the guys that we work with really closely and work with our clients really closely and not try to just sell to everybody. We want to make sure that the people that are spending money with us are making money. And just to sell to everybody, doesn't sound a business model I want to be a part of. So,
Gotcha. Well, that's all my questions. Do you have any for me?
You know what, Sawyer? I don't have any questions for you, but I have something to tell you, man. I do not ever want to see you stop. This has been something, the progress that you've made since we first spoke so long ago. It feels like it's incredible, dude, and I want to just pat you on the back for that.
Thanks.
You can sit here with the big dogs and shoot the shit. There's grown people that can't even do that. Excuse my French, but there's grown people that can't even do what you're doing here, Sawyer. So pat yourself on the back and give your dad a big hug when you see him next for me.
Gotcha.
All right. I appreciate you having me on, Sawyer. I truly do. And hopefully you have me on again soon.
Me too.
Awesome, pal.
All right. Well, I'm going to do my outro about Quick Hit. So what we do is we say SMC out and we do nuts to the camera. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. SMC out.
See you out. Boom.